Okay, Teacher Tip Tuesday, and it is another sanity-saving tip. That seems to be the theme here because let's face it, there are a lot of days and a lot of things that can put us right on the verge of tipping. You know what I mean? You know. So this one's all about name on the paper. Okay. Listen, it is a losing battle. No matter how many times we tell them, no matter how many times we repeat it, it's still going to happen. You're still going to get papers without names. And it's so funny because there was just recently a meme that I saw that said, you know, how often we go on and on to students about not having their name on their paper, and then like you're the same teacher that the secretary calls and says, yeah, you didn't turn in attendance today. So, I mean, you have to give them a little bit of grace. In my room, every time we would do a paper, I would say, okay, kiss your finger, touch your name on your paper. And yup, every kid in the room would kiss their finger, they would touch their paper, and I would still get 5 papers without a name. We sing a song. I go around and I say, okay, show me your name on your paper. It doesn't matter. You're still going to get papers without names. So I have for you today directions in a blog post how to make a no-name board. And it doesn't have to be fancy like this, although I'm telling you, this was so easy and cheap to make. And it does make your heart happy when you are like hanging up those papers in a cute place, because then you're like, okay, I'm so irritated. 42 times I said, put your name on your paper. They didn't have their name on their paper. And then you get to the board and you're like, oh my gosh, but look how cute that thing is that I made last summer. All right, I guess it doesn't matter. You know, I mean, sometimes you just got to do what you got to do to keep yourself happy. But I have this hanging on my board. And so there's a place for 5 papers. And then after that, I do start to lose it. But the papers just clip right under here. And like I said, I have a blog post for you that explains all of this, how to make this. And I have on the back of mine, I put it on the board with magnets usually. Actually, this past year, I used command strips as well up on the board to hold it. Just the magnets worked, but just as something different to use. So yeah, no name board. And there's a video in the blog post that explains all about how to make it. And then there's written directions too. And then also in the blog post, you can get the song that we sing. I am not a music teacher, so I'm not going to sing this for you. However, it is to the tune of If You're Happy and You Know It. And in my room, the other thing that helped me organize papers was it helped not only if they had their name on their paper, but if they wrote their number. Like everybody had a mailbox number in order, which helped like when we had to line up for picture day and you had to be in numerical order, alphabetical order. If you had to line up to go for a hearing test or different things, it just helped to have those numbers. And then that same mailbox number was their locker number. And if they put their number on their paper, then number one, if I couldn't read their handwriting, 9 times out of 10, I could figure out that number. And it helped to put those numbers in order. And then I could figure out whose paper was missing. And I didn't always have to go through a checklist and mark it off. I could just numerically say, okay, I'm missing number 8. I'm missing number 7. So in our song, we sing the first thing on your paper is your name. And then the kids will say, and your number. And then it repeats. The first thing on your paper is your name and your number. The teacher needs to know who did this work. And so the first thing on your paper is your name and your number. And if I was a music teacher, I would sing that for you, but I'm not, so I won't. But again, I'll put the link for the blog post in here. No name board. If you make yourself a cute one, then it cuts down on the high blood pressure when you have papers without names. I'm just saying. I mean, it helped me, so it might help you.